Okay, if you've ever looked at high-end AV gear, you know the name can be, well, intense, like reading a code.
Yeah, they pack a lot in there. So today we're doing a deep dive, trying to crack the code on this one.
Yeah.
WolfPack 1x4 HDMI Splitter HDCP 2.2 4K by 2K at 60 Hertz 4.4.4 18G HDR ED. Phew, that's quite the mouthful.
Our mission is really just to translate all that spec speak
Yeah.
into what it actually does for you, how it performs in a real setup.
Right. And basically, at its core, it's about taking one really high-quality source signal, like from your 4K Blu-ray player or console,
Uh-huh.
and sending that exact same signal out to 4 Ultra HD TVs or monitors.
Yeah.
At the same time, no loss.
One input, 4 identical outputs. But yeah, the devil's in the details, right? Especially those.
Exactly. The quality is defined by those specs.
Okay, let's tackle the big ones first. 4K by 2K at 60 hertz. That's the full Ultra HD resolution, 3840 by 2160. Well, running at 60 frames per second, which means smooth motion. But you mentioned quality. There's more to it than just pixels and speed, isn't there? Like the color.
Absolutely.
And this is where YUV 4.4.4 comes in.
Yeah.
And honestly, this is huge if you're connecting, say, a computer. Why is that? Well, most video content, like movies, uses something like 4.2.0 color sampling. It sort of compresses the color information to save bandwidth. It looks fine for video, usually.
Okay.
4.4. That means zero color compression. Every pixel gets its full color information. So think sharp text, fine lines, and graphics, they look perfect. No fuzzy edges or weird color artifacts. Ah, right, so you get the clarity you'd expect from a direct PC connection, even through the splitter. Exactly.
Hey.
But doing 4K at 60 hertz with that uncompressed 4.4.4 color, well, that takes serious bandwidth. Which leads us to the 18G part of the name, I assume. 18 gigabits per second, you got it. That 18 Gbps throughput is mandatory. It's not just the 4K 60 hertz resolution pushing it. It's handling that full 4.4.4 color data, plus things like HDR, high dynamic range.
Yeah.
Right, HDR is listed too. And deep color, 36-bit in this case.
Okay.
If you want all of that running simultaneously, especially for high-end gaming or pro apps, you need 18G. Otherwise, the system forces you back down to that compressed 4.2.0 color.
Got it. So 18G is the pipe size needed for the full-fat, uncompromised signal. Okay, let's talk security and compatibility. HDCP, that's always a potential headache, right? The digital handshake.
The classic pain point. Black screens when everything should work. This splitter handles both the current standard HDCP 2.2, which you need for most commercial 4K content,
Okay.
and the older HDCP 1.4 for legacy gear. So
Yep.
compliance-wise, it's pretty solid. But compliance isn't everything in a multi-screen setup, is it? What about making sure all the screens actually work together?
That's where EDID comes in, Extended Display Identification Data. It's basically how your source device, like your player, asks the display, hey, what can you handle? Resolution, refresh rate, audio formats, all that stuff.
And if you've got 4 different screens connected,
Yeah,
they might give 4 different answers.
exactly. And often the source will just default to the lowest common denominator. So if one screen is only 1080p, maybe all 4 get stuck at 1080p, even if the others are 4K.
Ugh, yeah, that's not ideal.
Right. So this splitter has, and this is quite neat, 4 different EDID management modes. You can tell it how to handle those conversations. Like you could force it to copy the EDID from your best 4K screen, effectively telling the source device, hey, everything connected is 4K, even if one isn't.
Ah, so it can kind of paper over the cracks, prevent one weaker display from dragging the whole system down.
Precisely. It gives you control, which is vital for making complex setups reliable. It's a really important feature for installers.
That makes sense. And I see it has a micro USB port for firmware updates. That's good future proofing. Standards do change.
Yep. Keeps it current if things like HDCP evolve.
Okay, we've covered video, bandwidth, security management. What about the 8A and AV audio?
Doesn't skimp there either. It passes through the high-end lossless audio formats you'd want with a 4K picture. We're talking LPCM 7.1, Dolby True HD, Dolby Digital Plus, DTS HD Master Audio.
So the good stuff. You're not losing audio quality just because you're splitting the signal.
Nope. Full-fat audio to go with the full-fat video.
All right, so let's pull this all together for you. The product is the HDTV SPO6S. There's a 1-inch 4-out splitter built for demanding signals. Key specs are that 4K at 60 hertz support, full 18 gigabits per second bandwidth, which enables that crucial YUV 4.4.4 color plus HDR,
Right.
plus solid HDCP support and that really clever EDID management for multi-screen setups. And it passes through top-tier audio like Dolby True HD. Price today is $100.
So yeah, we took that long label and basically found it describes a pretty potent tool for anyone needing high-integrity signal distribution to multiple modern displays.
Definitely. Okay, before we wrap up, let's circle back to that EDID thing for a moment.
Sure.
That management feature, with the 4 modes, it's really the key to stability in tricky setups. So here's something to think about. Imagine you are setting up maybe a video wall or digital signage. You've got 4 screens, but they're not all identical models.
Okay.
Which one of those 4 ED modes would you choose first? What strategy would you use to make absolutely sure that when you power everything on, all 4 screens light up correctly? Without any going black because of a handshake failure, it's a practical puzzle you'd face.
That's a great point, something to definitely consider before you plug everything in. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, decoding those specs to understand what really matters for performance.